I'm trying to, bro. I feel like the slowest champion, like imaginable in a fight like this. This is what happens when you don't have Ghost and Darius. But we're looking for a kill now. This is a big mistake from them. They should have finished me when they had the chance, but they couldn't. They couldn't get the coup de grace on me. YouTube, welcome back. There's a few things to talk about. First of all, we're using the new skin. You're gonna get my opinions on it this game, but also the camera has been upgraded compared to the last one, which was 1080p. This one is supposedly 4K. I don't know if that's going to function on my Rust bucket. I will be getting a new PC soon, thankfully. Coming from the video from last video on my YouTube channel, we're going to be putting in that rule in section. Just before we get to things, I'm pretty sure he wants to fight. I don't like this map, by the way. I know, you know, don't be a Grinch and stuff like that. This whole Christmas, winter, whatever. But I just don't like the map. But whatever. I've been through the Spirit Blossom map, so I can handle this. If you handled that horrendous map, I'm pretty sure you can handle any map in League of Legends. Whatever the case may be. What are we doing right now? Because they already have first blood. They get 2 more kills, and that's pretty much us done. What are we gonna do? Not really much to do because I am playing against Shen. All I'm gonna do is actually manage to get a CS lead. That's pretty much it. If he does, you know, stick his neck out too much for minions and stuff like that, then we can aim the axe instead of for the minions. We aim it at his skull and start cracking it. But if not, we're just gonna have to be happy and content with a CS lead, a CS advantage, stay even further up ahead against them. So that's my plan of action currently. Now I've checked something in a different type of replay. This ward thing over here would actually activate at 3:15, so I can. There's one little improvement that I can work on, and that is to time these movements to that area of the map at 3:12, 3:13, getting there slightly before, and maybe dropping a ward there, because when I change to, I believe, blue side, we can see that. Well, it's a bit too late, but Kiana was actually doing blue. There's a reason she has blue buff. And I would have been able to see that happening. However, you know, you don't know this when you're actually in the game and you are doing this before the knowledge, you know? So there's that. Well, by the way, she is topside at 3 minutes. That's very important for me to know within the 10-minute period that I'm playing up against. Considering my rule set from last video. That's very important, and I will show you why. Okay, so we are getting ready for a potential stronger advantage up against the Shen, because he is 1 level behind, and I have a minion wave that I can push in. After I push in this wave, I'm pretty sure I can get a good component. I'm hoping for the the tunneler, and that would help me perfectly. Oh, no, that's not. I didn't realize that. They just got a feat of warfare. Well, that's not really good for us, because we're basically kind of put behind. They just need 1 more feat, which would be the tower or the 3 objectives, and then we're basically cooked. However, don't falter. You need to remember what to do in certain situations like this, and this is where I'm going to get again. Okay, now. Seems to me as if I managed to survive this one through the skin of my teeth. This was quite close, considering that Shen already flashed my Q, not allowing me to heal. Close, but we managed to escape. But this is important. Remember what I said at 3 minutes that I should have warded, and she was there? Okay, so she was around topside at 3 minutes. She's around topside at 6 minutes. This is 2 instances in where the jungler is playing topside. This is very important, because if I die, I need to remember my rule set. So we have to keep this in mind. It's very important. I don't know if you get my way of thinking, but this is the thing that's going on in my head right now. Would you look at that? Silas managed to get 2 grubs, I believe. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's not really my problem right now. I have to deal with this minion wave right here. So we get grubs, so that's actually pretty good. But we get one of the objectives away from them and more to us. Actually, we're at 2 objectives. We could possibly get that feat. Could be close. It is close, and considering it is 5-2, 5-3, this is we need all the advantages we can get. I was about to skip over this, and then I realized I'm actually engaging in on him with a very bad intention, because Bard and Kiana came around at the worst possible time. But even in my death, which was at 9 minutes 30, that marks a 3rd consecutive appearance to the top lane. This could have been prevented, though. And the reason why I say this, why I believe the prevention could have been in progress, was because I could have realized who I was. I am Dyrone. I have this big target on my forehead. 7 million points.
You're welcome. 4 million.
I've never seen that much on any champion.
7 million points. You think people ain't gonna look for you? They will, 100%. And the proof is in the pudding. Kiana was topside. Showed topside in the span of 10 minutes, the early stages of the game, a subtotal of 3 times. I should have known that. I was already given the go-to when she was there at 3 minutes and at 6 minutes. That 9th minute was just me not paying attention. My bad, realistically and honestly. So I definitely should have worked on that. Also, not to mention Bard, he didn't show bot lane. He left the bot lane. And me knowing who I am, I should have been like, why is this support not in his lane? Why is he MIA along with the Kiana, who's not doing anything in the other sides of the map? Why are they both simultaneously missing? Why? And then I put the pieces together, and then I come up with the answer. It's very clear. So that's why I'm saying it could have been prevented. All I needed to do was just pay attention and remember who the hell I am. Okay, it looks like I am taking a page out. This is something I've learned from Raider. I watched one of his streams and I see that he was like 0-2 this one time because he suffered something similar, which was the jungler constantly ganking. I don't believe the support was ganking, but it is higher elo, so they don't really need to put a support there. They just need a high damage jungler, and he will die anyway. But despite this death, which is probably what makes him a challenger player, what I learned was he immediately just went over and started proxying. So I was like, you know what? How about I learn from better players and do the exact same thing? I did that so that I can get my items faster. Now, is this gonna be good? I don't know. I'm just saying, taking a page out of better players is probably a net positive, a good idea. Looks like a fight might break out. I very much think it's possible. Bard is not in the. He's missing for some reason. And the Kiana's. I don't like to put this idea of paranoia, but I have to acknowledge who I am. They want to gun down from me, and that's exactly what they're doing. So yes, Bard is here, but not Kiana. So that's one good thing. That doesn't mean I die extremely quick. There's a possibility I could kill the Bard. I have to wait for the stacks to come back up, and then I get that. I don't have enough mana for my R, and this is. It's very questionable, you know. I definitely can't kill the Shen right there, but I was doing my best there, considering that I am playing 1 versus 2 for 14 minutes straight. I think I'm doing somewhat good. I did die 2 times, but I did get as much value as I could, and I am still ahead in CS, which is realistically speaking the best you can really do in situations like that. Shen did die to Silas right afterwards, which is cool, but upon him spawning, he R'd into the Kiana gank. That's a nice. I have to admit, as much as I don't like the 1v3, I mean, in a way, I am honored, to be taking a 1 versus 3 because it's the only way you're gonna try and kill me. Like, Shen 1v1 me? No, that's not happening. So it is somewhat honorable that they do use such resources and multiple champions to take a titan like me down. So there is some honor in that. However, how he got back to lane instead of using TP, he just R'd in. That is kind of unique. I do somewhat respect that creativity. So that's pretty good. It's not just to save someone, but it's also for an engage, which is kind of. It's a cool little thing to see. Looks like my team wants to do a kill. No, they want to take the Rift Herald, but Kiana's gonna manage to steal it. I can't really reach Kiana. She has both R and invisibility. It's very difficult. Ari does have R. She does have charm. So I have to, go back to the Shen, all trustworthy. But he's also managing to escape me, and I can't fully go in because Ari's gonna charm me again. So it's a very messy fight, but we still managed to get some type of the job done. A portion, should I say, of the job done, which is pretty good considering the circumstances. One thing I want to take a little breather to speak about is this skin. Not really. It is a good skin. Don't get me wrong on that. Why is it bugged? I shouldn't be flying 24/7. But I do like I do like the when you run out of base, you are flying like that. I do like that. I just wish it looked more like that when I was actually in the game. But most of the time, you're actually just walking or running or something like that. But if I could constantly fly like this is actually a bug I do like to see. So even though I don't like replay bugs, this is one replay bug I do kind of enjoy looking at. Well, I was going to talk about the skin, but we have a fight that is pretty much coming. This is for, I believe, the Atakan. So we have to make sure we are sharp. I do have Flash. I don't have Ghost. How is this going to turn out? It could go both ways because they do have more kills than us, and I believe their champions are a bit stronger. Ari definitely better than TF right now. So I'm trying to think, what are they gonna do? That's a very strange engage. I couldn't get the ult on the Draven. He was too far away. I'm trying to, bro. I feel like the slowest champion, imaginable in a fight like this. This is what happens when you don't have Ghost and Darius. But we're looking for a kill. Now this is a big mistake from them. They should have finished me when they had the chance, but they couldn't. They couldn't get the coup de grace on me, which is why when the time really came, I flashed in to get my triple kill. Very well deserved triple kill for being kited all that time. I liked it. It was pretty good. I take pride in it. I enjoyed it. That's for sure. But anyways. Looks like we're gonna get the Atakan, and I think this is pretty good. A very massive net positive for us. Oh look, the bug fixed. Well, whatever. The skin itself. What do I think? I think it could be an S tier skin. It definitely is that good. I also believe it is what Dreadnova should have been. But why do I feel uneasy when speaking about it? What do I think about it? Bro, if I really have to be honest with you, I don't really like the robot style skins of Darius. Not really, not so much. I don't really like Dreadnova like that to begin with. This is definitely better than Dreadnova, without a shadow of a doubt, but it definitely isn't what I want it to be. It definitely is still good. I still believe it's at least A tier, but I don't really like it. For me, it's It's more to do with the W. It's strange. It's weird. It feels like I'm using two left hands or something like that, or like I'm used to him swinging from right to left, but instead he changes position and goes from left to right. It just kind of like mind boggles me. It's a bit strange and takes it for me a little. It took me a few games to get used to it. But overall, the skin is it's still good. It's still good. I'm not saying the skin is bad, but yeah. Well, that aside, we have a fight that's going on, and we are looking for a what kind of match is this? I don't understand. I do have ghosts, so I'm expecting something. Bro, again, should have finished me whilst they had the chance, but also I shouldn't be positioning in that type of way, especially when I don't have the survivability I'm expecting to have. By the way this build is not currently how I'm building right now, so that is one thing to keep in mind. But I believe Bard is dead. Okay, this is definitely my micro could be a little bit more, a little bit more solid, I believe. Well, that's Silas's kill? I don't believe so. I don't think I'm right. But I think we get what do you call it? We get the dragon. That's gonna be 3 dragons for us. We managed to get a comeback. Actually, this is pretty good. I believe there's a fight that's going to happen. We got the TF and bot lane getting engaged on. I arrive slightly later because I'm busy split pushing. Top lane things. All the top laners understand this. I'd get a nice quick double kill, both of them being low HP thanks to the smolder. Bart shouldn't really have left lane. I don't 100% agree with it. But then again, you have to think about it this way. If Bart didn't leave lane, how would Shen manage to handle me in lane? He would absolutely not. So it makes sense why he tried to go for the trade-off. You have to put Dyrone down somehow, You don't want him to be the tyrant. You want him to be the target. Everyone wants to kill him. Makes sense, right? So, in a way, I do understand. And I have to be more understanding if I'm trying to become prime Dyrone, following these rules and everything, especially with the frustration control and all of that. You have to understand, these are things I'm thinking about very, very often and a lot more than before. So, keep that in mind. Well, it looks like a fight is about to break out from my team to... Okay, so Emilio is dead. That's not pretty good. I already did press R, okay, but she's dead too. So it's just a one-shot fest right now. Wow, he could have died there, by the way. I was pretty close from him though. Draven is dead. There was no bar to help him. He would have just gone with someone else. Oh no, he didn't. It was Cyrus's so I definitely not really paying attention that well. I was a little bit mad, but we ended up winning that because our team did perform. This is pretty good from us. Now this is looking like a pretty solid game. We ended up we started off bad, our team at least, but we ended up managing to secure a victory, and that is pretty good. Nice. GG. Okay, so what are my current thoughts on that match? That was a very decent match. Anything I disagree with would most be the build. That definitely would change, I'd say. I don't do this build anymore, but that's not really too big of an issue considering the result that we did, and we actually did end up performing better than the enemy top lane, which is for most games is what actually matters. Other than that, there was of these 3 deaths, I definitely could have prevented the first one if I just understood my positioning and exactly who I am, and I wouldn't even be in that situation in the first place. So I definitely could have. Also, upon that 930 death, it was me pushing up with no summoner spells. Does that even make any sense? I don't think so. There was times I was trying to push for a plate, I believe, and that's when the Kiana and Bard with the Shenar came through. I don't really agree with that because, like, you know, I have to remember who I am. If you give me the gold from the platings, what do you think I'm gonna do with that gold? I'm going to expend it on my items sooner and then wreak havoc when the time comes. Why do you think they won't stop me? That's something I should have, like, remembered. So, which is why I, you know, steered away from demolishing Hullbreaker more often than not. Which is a shame because that's a whole bunch of gold that could be mine. But I have to constantly remind myself that the target is on me and not the AD carry. The AD carry is allowed to perform, me not so much. So for a better performance, I must understand that those platings, I can't really go for them. Otherwise, my performance will go down. And at this stage, I can't really afford that. You know, that's definitely against my wallet's religion. So that definitely couldn't happen. So that's, you know, some things I could have thought about. But yeah, overall, pretty much a good game. Anyways, other than this match, I have some good news. As you can see, we actually managed to get back into Master Tier. This is very, very good. I do enjoy this part of the journey. It feels good, and probably one of the best parts. Something I like exercising is my ability to now put this rightfully back on my shoulder. It is mine once again, and I hope to retain it for quite a long period of time. But yes, I'm kind of at loss for words when situations like these happen, and also not to mention, everything looks so good in purple. Everything looks so good in purple. Tell me that's not a really good profile, dynamic situation, whatever you want to call it. Come on, you know it is. But with that being said, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Minor apologies, during that time period I was incapable of doing a proper outro. But now it's a little bit different. Thank you for watching the video. Do the YouTube usual, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And watch more videos. Anyways, that's it from me. All my links are down in the description below. Have a nice rest of your day, and peace late.